Hello, boys and girls. I am Jackie, and welcome back to another episode of Over the Moon Bedtime Stories. I would just love to read you a book tonight. And I was just wondering, have any of you guys lost any teeth lately? Well, did you get a visit from the Tooth Fairy? She's who we're going to be reading about today. And the name of our story is The Tooth Fairy's Royal Visit. Okay, this is by Bently and Gary Parsons. The Tooth Fairy woke from her afternoon nap when Robin arrived in a bit of a flap. "What is it?" the Tooth Fairy said with a frown. Then she saw the gold envelope bearing a crown. She opened the letter and giggled with glee. "Oh, it's a trip to the palace for me. The prince lost his very first tooth today. As soon as it's nighttime, I'll be on my way." That night at the palace, the lights were all out. Good, thought the Tooth Fairy. No one's about. She flew over the railings, but got a big fright. When flash, she set off the security light. Dazzle and blinking, she shot through the yard and flew with the wallop straight into a guard. "Yikes," he declared as he bounced off his hat. "Whatever was that? A small owl or a bat?" The Tooth Fairy whizzed around the palace and sighed. There was no way to enter, as hard as she tried. And then a door opened. She dashed for the gap as three little corgis ran out. They snapped at her heels and knocked over a bin. With a clatter and crash, what a terrible din! As one of the maids shooed the pooches inside, the Tooth Fairy zipped through the door open wide. The maid cried, "Oh, bother! I've let in a moth!" And she gave the poor fairy a flick with her cloth. She fell on some knickers marked H.M. the Queen and nearly got put in the washing machine. The Tooth Fairy fled through a splendid great hall where cleaners were cleaning up after a ball. "This palace is huge," she declared. "Goodness me! Now where on earth can the little prince be?" She flew here, she flew there. Then she saw from afar light from a door that was slightly ajar. "Aha," said the fairy. She peeped round the door and saw an old lady crouched down on the floor. "I can't find my dentures," the old lady frowned. "Where have I put them? I've looked all around." The Tooth Fairy smiled. "Let me try a quick spell. I find that it normally works very well. Oh dentures, oh where can you be? Come to me, fiddle-dee-dee." A pillow arose upwards, and there underneath, clackling away, was a set of false teeth. The lady said thank you and popped her teeth back. "Now would you care for a small bedtime snack?" But the fairy said, "Sorry, I'm all in a tiz. I need to find out where the little prince is." "The prince?" smiled the lady. "Why didn't you say? Come, little fairy, he's not far away." The tooth was soon found, a coin left in its place, and the Tooth Fairy saw a familiar face. "Thank you, dear fairy," the old lady said. "Now please let me help you get home to your bed." The Tooth Fairy gave a great gasp of delight when she saw what was taking her homewards that night. A fine golden carriage, the grandest she'd seen. Good night, said the fairy. Good night, said the queen. The end. Wow, wasn't that wonderful? The tooth fairy had to deliver something to the prince, the little prince who had lost his very first tooth. And she got to see the royal palace and the queen. That was a wonderful night for the tooth fairy, huh? Now you guys all get to bed. And I don't know if any of you out there have lost a tooth that you may have under the pillow tonight. We'll see if the tooth fairy comes. Good night. Have good dreams. And join me again next time on Over the Moon. Bye-bye.